Hey guys, I was sitting here, didn't even remember that I hit the go live button. I was looking at Big Al's comment that oh Yogi's late. Am I? What time is it? I apologize, guys. Hey, Erica Point. Erica Point says, "Hey Yogi, I was just thinking about you this very second, Erica Point, because I just clicked on Alexia Lapointe's uh, cat photo and gave it a thumbs up. And I was thinking, occasionally she comes in here. We've never reached Lapointe capacity before. And I started thinking, what happens if Eric Lapointe and Alexia Lapointe come in at the same time? What is actually our Lapointe capacity? How many Lapointes can one live stream actually contain? You know, that's a lot of goodness. It's uh, a lot of Lapointe friendship there. Hey Thorn, yes, my mind works in weird ways. You guys know that by now. That's why we hang out. Your minds work in a weird way. Thorn, how are you? Skits says, hi, Thorn. Hope you're as well, my friend. Thorn says, I am Skits. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, how are you? Big Al, how are you? Cat says, hero. I'm still laughing at Cat. I'm still laughing with Cat, I should say. I'm still laughing at myself, laughing with Cat about myself. Cat says I worked entirely too hard today. When's your next day off, Cat? So, guys, I'm on a mission. I want to get Cat and Jack monetized and have her be a YouTube star. Not like a high profile star, but just someone who earns their livelihood so that she can just, I'm being selfish, so she can sit and hang out with me on live streams all day long. Hey, MK, how's everyone? Glad to hear. Thorn says hi to everyone. It says, hey, are you at the lake? Did I ask you this already, MK? It says, say, MK, bro, how's the fishing? Hope you're well. The guy says, come on, Yogi, stop stalling and get to the point. That really made Big Al laugh. I like when Big Al cracks himself up. Big Al says, I'm better this evening, ready to be part of the chat again. Nice. Welcome back, Big Al. Hey, and you know what? Those times when you are not well, those times when you are not ready to be part of the chat, we love you. You're here and you're accepted. Doesn't matter if you're here participating, if you just pop in and hang out without commenting, or if you stay away for a day, a week, a month. You have a place here with us. Your family, you're a friend, your community. Just want you to know that, my friend. Hey, Vern. Vern says popping in to say hi. Late birthday, Yogi. No, that's okay. Vern, was yesterday your birthday? I'm sorry, I don't remember. There it is. Skit says, Vern, happy birthday. Is today your birthday? If today's your birthday and you want a song, maybe we could talk Big Al into coming up and harmonizing with me, harmonizing around me. Big Al actually made me sound better. I will forever be in his debt. 4 minutes says, sup, Yogi? Dan, how are you feeling after that big workout? Did you guys get in all 6 rounds? Big Al says, I'm good, Skits. That song was epic earlier. Did I miss a song from Skits? Kat says, thanks, Yogi. And I watched your clip a bunch of times just to keep my spirit up today. In that case, even though you've put me in the YouTube Hall of Shame, it was entirely worth it just to keep your spirits up. So, yeah, when's your next day off? It says, glad you like it, Big Al, brother. I was hoping it would cheer you up. Man, that's skits for you, isn't it? Always wanting to cheer other people. Always wanting to cheer other people up. Will says, sorry, late. That's okay, Willow. Jamie says, hi, Yogi. Sorry, my cat is demanding some attention. Skit says, nice MK. Good overall. Keep shining, bro. Hope you're getting lots of pictures and making lots of memories. MK saying hi to everyone. So how was the workout with Jace, Jamie? It says, nice. Oops, I read that, guys. Hey, Rosie. Dan says, feeling a lot better. We did just 4 rounds. That was tough though. Big Al says I actually phoned 111 last night, mental health team, as I felt and made plans. So I do. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you called, and I'm glad you're feeling better. We knew something was up. Big Al says, "Who am I singing to?" Well, it depends. If it's Vern's birthday, if he wants us to sing, and if he's still here. Well, it says, "Hope all are good." I hope you're good too. And if you're not up for singing, Big Al, that's understood. And it might not even be Vern's birthday, and he might not want to hear me sing, and I can't blame him for that. I was actually singing to YouTube karaoke, Pearl Jam, "Breathe." Do you guys know the song? It's a beautiful song. Hey, Ryder. I am ready for WrestleMania. I don't know who's in it. I haven't followed wrestling in a long time. Not since Triple H retired. Guess it's terrible day to go to the lake. Oh, I agreed to cover a vacation next week, so I am off tomorrow and Monday. Got you. Okay, well, I'm glad you're off. Again, I'm glad you're getting rest tomorrow and Monday after working a tough day today. It says, Big Al, bro, I told you I'm here if you need to talk, my friend. Never feel like you have to feel like that alone because I'm here, brother. Absolutely. Will says football was good. How about you, Ryder? You ready for WrestleMania? Soulstar says, so again, Eric and everyone, thanks for coming in, Soulstars. If I'm not mistaken, Soulstars and Cat and Jack have done the Yogi Triple. That's not for the faint of heart, guys. Not many people have the stamina, the willpower, or the stomach to put up with me 3 times in a single day. MK says, "Oh, sorry to hear that, Big Al. If you ever need to chat, shoot me an email, or I can give you my phone number over email to call." Willow says, "Hope all is good. Hope all is good with you, Willow." Big Al says, "True skits, but I didn't really want to talk to anyone. I ended up calling 111 as last ditch." Can understand that. Big Al says, "How are you today, Willow?" Hey, Stuart. Stuart says, "Say Yogi, brother." Fisherman's Lodge. Thorne says, "I'm ready for WrestleMania. I watched NXT Stand and Deliver earlier." So who's headlining WrestleMania? Rosie says, "I'm also okay, Skits. Thank you for asking. And it's okay, Skits. I'll see if I can show you when I can." The guy says, "You know what, Yogi? I do want to sing. I'm in a singing mood." So if Vern isn't here, and if it's not his birthday, Fisherman Lodge says, CM Punk for the win. I didn't even know he was still wrestling. What song could, if we're not going to sing for Vern, what song could you sing? What song could you come up here and sing that would just keep you feeling good, keep you in that singing mood? And are we allowed to sing songs on live streams without getting copyright stricken? Strucken? Struck? Stuart, are you watching WrestleMania? First Massage says, "Hey Sean, my brother." Good says, "Miguel, I understand. Just know that you're not alone, brother." So I like going live 3 times a day because you never know when someone just wants to hang out. Someone just wants a place. There's a whole lot I can't do. I got a list if you want to see it. I got a long list of all the things that I can't do. I have a very short list of the things that I can do. I can be a friend. Sometimes not the greatest, sometimes not the best of, but I can be a friend. I can create a place. Just a place. Oh wow, Kat says I've hit 4 with tea time. That deserves like a t-shirt. That deserves something special. You might be the well, maybe Eric Lapointe has done it too. Maybe Sniper. I think Eric Lapointe does it through and Sniper through sheer willpower. It's like a test. Can I do it? They're gritting their teeth, ready to flee. Well, says Rusty now, Yoda. What's going on with Yoda? I actually heard of all 3 of those. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. I thought they were gone. And I've heard of Cena and, of course, Rhodes. I was a fan of his father. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, son of a plumber. Amazing how much I know about wrestling. Big Al says, "Bless you, Willow," sending hugs. Stuart says, "I did all 4 of your streams, Yogi. Did you? Well, thank you, Stuart." Willow says, "Sending for us all." Thank you for that WrestleMania update there. Stuart says, "I've never had a copyright for singing." I've only heard you sing Happy Birthday, though. Hey, Tita Beth, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Possible to view? Thanks. Definitely. We will definitely view it. I'm going to bring it up right now so that I will have it after the live stream. Hey, Cheyenne, let's bring Cheyenne's channel up real quick. See where we left off. Only 16 more to go. Hey, is everyone here subscribed to Cheyenne? She only has 16 to go to get to 1,000. That's big. One of you guys could be the lucky 1K. Cheyenne says, "Hey, Big Al, I sub to you." Or Cheyenne said, MK said, "What a quote a friend. Happy Easter, everyone." There is a bunny that loves you. Well, thank you. Cat says, "Hey, pups. Hey, toy pups. How are you? Awesome live stream." Well, it says, "Yeah, someone decided to let her dog, who hates dogs at Yoda." And how is she? How is she? What does she need? And can we help you? So it says, "Al, I'm doing okay. Thank you. Just trying to figure out my stuff in my head." That's tough. That is tough to do. Toy Pup says, eating onion rings. I used to like onion rings. I used to be afraid of onion rings. And if you're ever interested in hearing the story, just go ahead and ask Eric, why were you afraid of, why at one point in your life were you afraid of onion rings? And I will tell you the story. Big Al says, I know that feeling, fish finger. Hugs to you, mate. Big Al says, I'm already sub to you, Cheyenne. You were in yesterday or this morning. Can't remember. It was this morning. Yoda, he as well. They touch their dog at me. So they suck it on you. I shouldn't have had to get pulled away. Yoda was the vets before. I did that because Yoda before anything, but he lost a lot of blood. I'm glad that he's going to be okay though. Toy Pup says, you were afraid of onion rings? I was afraid of onion rings. What did Cat retract? I can only imagine. I wish there was a way of unretracting things. Stuart says, hey, Cat Jack. Hey, Stuart, Fisherman's Lodge. I had a very nice time hanging out with you and Cat and Jack. Was it yesterday? Was it Thursday? I don't remember which. But I had a really good time hanging out with you too. Rosie says, hi, pups. And Skit says, well, everybody's afraid of mushy peas, man. Anyone with any good sense is afraid of mushy peas. Stuart says, I missed his comment. Oh, I need Yogi to phone me, as he's the only one to help puzzle things together. Let's see if we can make something happen tomorrow. If that works. Cat's waving at Stuart. Willow says, police came. Of course, dog needs to and all that. Oh, I said the same as pups. MK says, all right, somebody did ask, why are we afraid of onion rings, Eric? All right, I was a kid. I mean, not just like a kid. I wasn't 16 years old. I was, gets to tell us, Yogi. Freshman says, please do. I will reach out. Send me a message to remind me. I'm talking about maybe like 3 years old, 4 years old. And we were going to my grandmother's house, Pennsylvania. She lived in Western PA. And we stopped. I think it might have been a Jack in the Box back way back in the day. You guys probably don't even remember Jack in the Box. And they had onion rings. I don't remember if I ordered onion rings or if my dad or my mom gave me an onion ring that they ordered. And I bit into it, and the onion sprung out. It was like it was a spring-loaded onion in the onion ring. I'm not making this up. It sprung out, and it surprised me. And I started crying. I was traumatized by an onion ring. Therapy. My parents couldn't afford therapy, but I needed therapy. So this is not funny, guys. Have you ever been traumatized by a vegetable before? It looks like I might be laughing at myself. I'm actually crying. I'm actually working my way through my own trauma with an onion ring. This is 100 exactly. Uh, it was a spring onion. It was. This is an absolutely true story. Big Al says, I think Yogi owes not just us, but mushy peas, and that will never happen. Never happen. Hey, Big Al, were you here when I read the birthday card from Skits? Give me a second, guys. Big Al, you'll appreciate this. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to the best yogi on YouTube, Eric McCarty. Don't know if that's necessarily true. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Much love from Skits. Much love. Even through the postal service, Skits has found a way to harass me about mushy peas. Amazing. Toy Pups is laughing at what I went through as a child. First, she made fun of my gigantic hands, and now she's making fun of a very painful experience when I was just a kid. Hey, Michael. Michael says, "Hey there, Yogi. Apologies for being late as I was getting the intro and outro together for my random stream live yard tonight at 8 p.m. Nice. Unfortunately, I will be in bed, Michael. I'll miss that, but I will watch the replay. And if you have everything set up, feel free to drop the link." Jason says, "Hey, Big Al, what's up, you?" Nice. Hey, Jason. Jason says, "Drinking that wine." Hashtag justice for mushy peas. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. I have forgiven onion rings. I have forgiven onion rings. I have not forgiven mushy peas for whatever they have done. It must have been something so traumatic because I remember the onion rings. I don't remember anything about peas. Big Al says that got a Chucky from me, Yogi. An absolute true story. Jason says, "Hope everyone is doing great." We are, Jason. I am. How are you? Big Al is taking up the cause. Hashtag justice for mushy peas. Please. They don't know what they did. Jason says, "Yogi, I was huge back in the day, like Arnold Schwartz. Who are you?" I was pretty big too. I posted, I think it was earlier today. Eric, good point. 8 months. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you, Eric. Eric Lapointe is renewed his membership. I believe Eric was the first. The reason why I have a members channel is because of Eric Lapointe and Duncan Walsh. Eric said two things that really convinced me. Hey, Selena. Selena says, "Yogi Eric, good morning. Hello to everyone. Drinking my morning coffee." Well, thanks for choosing to do it with us. So I didn't think I was going to have a members channel because it didn't feel right to have a place that people paid where I talk about the things I talk about for free. And Eric said, "True, but here's the difference. Here, you talk about that and you offer it, but you also have fun. You talk about all kinds of other stuff. But on your members channel, you can talk exclusively about that," which was an excellent point. And he also said he had heard people who don't even put content on their members. They just offer it. This is the way, guys, if you want to support my channel, if you want to support me, 99 cents a month or whatever. And imagine, so I'm working my way towards 8K subscribers. Imagine that somewhere in that 8K, I could get 500 people who just wanted to support my channel. That would be whatever YouTube takes out, almost $500 a month. Imagine if I could do that for 1,000. It's pretty remarkable when you think about it, and it's not that far. It's not that far fetched. A lot of people think you got to be hugely popular to make any kind of income on YouTube. You don't. Trust me. I'm not hugely popular. I'm not even sure if you guys even like me. That was a joke, by the way. Hey, Laradox. Laradox 2.0 says hi. Laradox, I'm sorry your account got deleted. Do you have any idea why? All you have to do is have a kind and loving message, and people will want to support you. Be creative. Be inspired. And by creative, I don't mean having all kinds of, flashy videos. Eric Lapointe is pretty low tech. I don't mean that he doesn't have technical stuff, but you know, he did a really simple video of him doing his psycho burpees to an awesome song. It was creative, it was inspired, and you want to watch it and you want to support him. That's what I mean. And everyone can do that. Jason Phelps, he has that kind of channel. You want to hang out with Jason. You want to sit on the porch with Kat. You want to laugh and have fun and watch Toy Puffs work her magic in her live stream. You want to hear Skits' music. If this is your goal, you want to hang out with Selena when she's doing her tarot card readings. You want to listen to Michael tell a story. You guys can do this. I can do it. I can do it. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for believing that I can. You know, Kat says we not only like you, we love you. Thank you, Kat. I got married on my birthday. Maybe the happiest day of my life. And I've had some good birthdays since. And I've had some not so good birthdays. Birthdays where I remembered getting married on my birthday and I cried over that. Not that I wasn't happy that I did, but just that how it had shifted. Reason I bring this up. On my birthday this year, for the first time since that day, 20 years ago, you guys gave me that same joy. The same joy. Never forget that. Ever. Thank you guys. MK says, you're right, Yogi. We don't like you. Pretty much none of us do, as I've suspected. From the bottom of my heart, guys. Thank you. It says, Big Al, we're going on a road trip. Yeah, we're going to pick up Willow. Then we're going to drive up to Elsa and buy 100 tins of mushy peas and drive them to Yogi's. Let's go. And then where did we say we were going? Oh, we're driving all the way to Wichita to pick up to pick up William. Michael says, sorry for the typos, Yogi. I'm only doing this random live stream tonight so I can learn StreamYard. Make sure I know how to do it on my own 2 interviews I have lined up. Gotcha. Smart thinking. This is why I always say Michael is the utmost professional.
Good evening.
Good evening, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Yogi. Yes. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, well, you're going to get that until Christmas now, so just brace yourself.
I will.
The happy birthdays are over. We can't say that anymore, so it's Merry Christmas is the next one.
However, your birthday isn't over, and it's coming up on the 29th, and we're going to be here to celebrate for you.
That is true. I'll definitely try and get into the streams. I'm sure I'll have no problems with it. 10 days, I think it is now. It's the 19th today. Yeah, 10 days. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually joined. I've forgotten. I joined your stream for a reason, and now I've forgotten it because we spoke about Christmas.
I think you were going to sing.
No, I came in for. Oh yeah, that's what. What do we want? Justice. What do we want justice for? Mushy peas.
Now, here's a question. Why do mushy peas deserve justice? What have they done? What have they done for me? And what have they done for me lately?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because it's a good question, but at the end of the day, I don't know you in that much depth, Yogi, so I don't know what mushy peas have done for you recently. And you don't even know what mushy peas did to wrong you in the first place. So really, I think you should let go of the grudge and allow Mushy Peas a second chance.
Well, I don't know as I ever gave him a first chance, to be honest with you. Here's the thing. I am not a fan of mushed anything that I have not mushed myself with my own mushers.
Right. Okay. Yep.
It,
Okay.
I think you can relate to this. It's about texture.
Indeed, yes. I don't like mushrooms because it's like putting a slug in your mouth.
Exactly. When we all have something, some kind of texture that just doesn't agree with us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. You hear that resonance in Big Al's voice? He has empathy for me. He can no longer persecute me for my stance on mushy peas because now we relate as people. If you and I can do this, why can't Zelensky and Putin do this?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to avoid politics at the moment. It's a difficult thing because I've always had some kind of interest in politics, and it's never. I don't mean politically as in I'm right wing or left wing or that I hate a certain people or person or anything like that. We've had this discussion like sort of in a way where
Right.
I've done things and like I've served my country and I've had enemies, but I don't hate one specific country or one specific type of people because it's not their fault. Yogi, I have to go. My phone's ringing.
Okay. Thanks for coming up.
I apologize.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Yep. So we have laid the Mushy Pea saga behind us. What is it for you guys? Kat, what is it texture wise that just does not agree with you? There's got to be something, right? Eric Lapointe, you still here? What is it with you? I don't know why I'm picking on Eric Lapointe. I think because we all have such high respect for Eric Lapointe that if he says, yes, this was not something I will eat, now we're all going to be like, oh, now I understand. Selena actually has a Mushy Pea song. Selena, come on up on the live stream and sing that Mushy Pea song. We can't get copyrighted for a song that Selena makes up on the fly. Oh, she's doing the Dirty Cat. Well done, Selena. Well done. That was awesome. Big Al says apologies, everyone. That's okay, Big Al. Selena says Eric Lapointe is the benchmark for us all. We all have a little bit of Eric Lapointe in our hearts. Dorn says I don't like much. Thank you. It's the look, texture, and taste. I remember you mentioned that. You mentioned that yesterday, and thank you for letting me know what that was. I can understand that completely, Thorn, 100%. And you have my support, my friend. Wow, look at that sky.
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas until it's Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, speaking of Christmas, do you ever take your Christmas tree down?
I did. I did. I took it down. I took it down beginning of April because I was not gonna let my birthday. And then you said, I bet you we're gonna go into April with the Christmas tree still up, and it's stuck in my head, and I was like, no, I have until April. I took it down. I
You
took all
saw,
the decorations off, and then I just try to lift the tree and put it in another room. I couldn't. I was like, I'm not doing. Wasn't even feeling the vibes anymore.
yeah, it's hard to feel Christmassy when it's April.
Yeah, the Christmas vibes are very unique. I didn't want it to leave. I didn't want it to finish, but it was like after a while, it was like, yeah, it's gone. Christmas is over.
What about the pineapple?
I ate the pineapple.
Ah.
That's the prickly side of me. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat you. Too bad.
Hey, did you know
Yeah,
that Skits is a mushy pea scientist?
He's a mushy pea scientist.
He has a theory.
He
I think the true
oh
science behind the tastiness of mushy peas is because of the angular momentum between each mush. It enhances and adds flavor to the profile of the pea.
ew! It sounds like a ew flavor. I found a can.
Pea soup is entirely different than mushy peas.
Thing. I was yeah, it's ew. I green soup. I just didn't. I was not. I was like, no, no green soup could be yummy.
Hey, Cat and Jack just told me to shut up. He says, "Shut up, Yogi. I was thinking about her tree this morning. She is rushing in full defense of your Christmas tree, of your extended of your extended Christmas tree stay."
I loved it. I wanted it to stay longer, but I was like, Yogi made a joke. He's like, we're gonna go into April and their tree's still gonna be up. And I was like, no, I can't do any more live streams with my Christmas tree. Yeah, I cleared it out. I cleaned out the room. It was like a whole thing. I still had presents under the tree. I had to yeah, get into it. It was a whole weekend thing, but I did it. I did it. Got it done. Yeah, it was so funny. Everybody super chat, everybody super chat at the place. That's all I came on. I just came on to sing my super chat song. I have a new super chat song.
I like that one.
Yeah, it goes like this. Super chat up the place, super chat up the place, super chat up the yogi's building. Let it rain up in here, let it rain up in here, let it rain with jewels and super chats.
Hey,
Yeah, we like a super chat with a message inside.
um, speaking of songs, I heard you sing my original Just Yogi doing burpees in his basement theme song. I haven't heard that in a long time. And was it today or yesterday that you sang it?
Just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. Just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. That's the yogi song. Just
I
a I
I
cracked
know you
myself
do.
up on
And you sang it the first day I came into your live stream. You sang it. When you realized it was me,
Lapointe was trying to steal the joy.
when you realized it was me and not Eric Lapointe.
I was like, you need your own song. He was trying to steal it. He was trying to pretend to be you. And I was like, he's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, why are you trying to confuse me? You are. You're the yogi person. You do burpees, right? He's like, no, Toy Pops. I think you're mistaken. I'm like, how? Your name is Eric. I know his name is Eric. Oh, I was messed up, but I'm glad we figured it
And
out.
then for
Two different.
for the longest time, I thought you were calling me a possum. And I was like, why is Toy Pups every time I come in, she says, "You're such a possum." And then I realized you were saying possum. You you weren't actually calling me a
Kept
possum.
telling you you're so awesome. Yeah, I kept saying, Yogi, you're so awesome. Even know what that was when you said it. Yeah, I am calling thing. You're fantastic.
Hey,
And then I was like, oh, a possum. Oh, it's totally different.
how to take my supplement. Rob says, "Oh, not possum, but possum. Possum. I love it. Yes. You still with us? You still with us? Toy Pups. I think we might. You going in and out. Now she's out. Maybe she'll come back up. Hey, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'd gotten a message from our friend. Not going to go into detail. Our friend Bumblebee T. It's just not doing too well. She's she just needs some prayers. So if you don't mind if we pause just for a second and prayers for Bumblebee T. Thank you. Just it popped in my head and I had mentioned that we would, and I wanted to put that out there. You're with us? We're not quite getting it. Let's see. Maybe we'll try. Maybe she can try one more time. Skid says, "Hope you're having a great weekend, William brother." Big Al says, "I'm back." Sorry, everyone. Mother's, am I right? Yep. Cat says, "Where's Squirrel?" Yeah, I don't know. He was in this afternoon. Squirrel says, "Thanks, Skits. I'm steadily improving. Hope you're having a improving weekend as well." MK says, "Hope you get better soon, B." Thank you, MK. She might be in the background. Maybe. Toy Pup says, "Namaste. Namaste to you." That's okay, Toy Pups. You only started to lag towards the end, so we had some good quality time with Toy Pups, which I always appreciate. One says maybe asleep. He's 5+ hours, I think, Yogi. Yeah. I think just about 5 on the dot. Skid says, laughing, Big Al, that's awesome. William, bro, I'm doing better. It's about the mindset. Smile. Big Al says, everyone say hello to my little sister, Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. MK says, just as for a lagging queen, I fight the unjust bad connection. Now that's a fight I can get behind. You won't get me involved in that mushy pea battle, but I will go to bat. Let's see. So we might be doing some breath work in a bit. Our friend Willow is still here. I know she requested it. I know she had a stressful day, so she probably needs it. Let me know if anyone else is interested. Willow says, "There's Willow. Send a prayers to all." Thank you, Willow. Willow says, "Bro, I improved from 0. That alone is a incomprehensible blessing. Now even 0.001 is a welcome improvement." Celebrate the little victories. Big Al says, "May I join again, Yogi?" Absolutely. Big Al says, "I'll do breath work." Okay, awesome. Willow says, "So Big Al's sister Rebecca." Toy Pup says, "Love you, Will." Willow says, "Thanks, Cat and Jack. You too, my friend." Rebecca says, "Big Al, all right. Thanks. Bit of a lazy day today. How's your day been? How's everyone else?" Pretty good, Rebecca. So, hey, Big Al graciously said that he would do some breath work with us.
Whoa. No. I mean, I'll take part in the breath work. Sorry, Yogi, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant too. Sorry if it came across the other way.
Oh, I thought you meant I was gonna. Oh, I'm not leading the breath work. Whoa.
No, I meant kindly doing it with us up here on the live as I do it, as I lead.
Yes, that's fine. Yes. Whoa. For a second, I panicked.
Before we start, we were talking about politics real quick, and I know both you and I don't get political. We might have an interest, but we don't get political.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your views.
Yeah, I've never, like I said, I have had, from serving, because we've got to keep up on these things. When serving, you can't really serve a country without keeping up on what's going on around the world. It's it'd be a bit stupid going into something blind.
Right.
But I've never been political in the sense that I've shared my views with people. I keep my views to myself because I know that not everyone's going to agree, and my views may offend and things like that. But I have got opinions on things, and I don't, like I say, I don't hate people or hate certain countries or presidents or prime ministers or any of that kind of thing, because at the end of the day, those people aren't my enemy.
Right. Exactly.
But I do agree with what you said earlier about why can't Zelensky and Putin put things aside, shake hands, and get on with things like adults.
You want to hear something amazing?
Go for it, Yogi. Go for it.
The other day, you and I were talking, and I said along the lines of, in the absence of a particular thought, how would you be? How would you feel? And
Yes, I do remember.
imagine if, in the absence of the thought of Putin thinking, I need this, where we would be in the world right now. If one man had the absence of one thought, how different the world would be. Imagine if collectively we all woke up and thought, you know what? We have the resources to feed every single starving child, but we don't.
No.
It's just a
Yeah,
thought.
it would be. I
Amazing.
think a lot of countries would be better off if people like presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, whatever, whatever the country's got, if they took a step back and thought like a common person for once. Instead of
Right.
thinking about authority and power, they took a step back and thought as a human being for 1 second. A lot of countries and a lot of people would be a lot better off.
Agreed.
Because
all right.
because a lot of people, and I know that I can't think of any. Winston Churchill. I was going to say I can't think of any British prime ministers that have been to war or anything. Winston Churchill has been to war, and I'm sure, forgive my ignorance, but was it Reagan that served in Vietnam or somewhere?
No, he never
Or World
served.
War II?
He never served. The last president that served was George W. Bush. Served in the Texas Air Guard, but never went overseas.
Right.
Before that, John Kennedy served in World War II. Was a bona fide hero.
Right. Yeah.
Saved people's lives on a sinking ship.
See, I knew. I mean, I'm kind of ignorant to it. I guess it's not something that's taught in our schools, to be fair.
Right.
So, like I say, forgive my ignorance to it, but I knew there was an American president that had served in a war, and obviously, like I say, Winston Churchill served in World War One. But not many world leaders, not many prime ministers or presidents or anything have done that kind of thing. So they're all good at sending young men to die, but they'll never do it themselves because they're cowards. They can sit and have the power and do the things they do running a country, in a way, if you can call it that. But they will never go to war themselves. It's a coward's game.
I agree, 100%. And again, for me, hey Sue, it can all change instantly.
Yes. Yep.
All right, we're gonna do breath work, Big Al.
Let's do breath work. Yes, let's quickly change the subject. It's not something I like talking about, but let's change the subject.
I wanted you and I to have closure on the conversation because we started it.
Yeah, we were halfway through, and I don't like leaving a conversation. I don't like starting it and then leaving it abruptly. Yeah.
Right. All right. So we're gonna do the 4-7-8 breath, but we're gonna do it with a nasal exhale. The way it's usually taught is breathing in for 4, holding for 7, exhaling through the mouth with a whoosh, which is nice. It's very soothing. But I think it has an even deeper aspect when done with the exhalation through the nose. because the nose corresponds with that parasympathetic state. So let's do 6 rounds. Breathing in for 4. And Big Guy, you've heard me describe that ha breath before, right?
I have, yes. Yep.
That breath alone is one of the most valuable breaths you can do in times of stress, anxiety, and even panic attacks, because it instantly stimulates the vagal nerve, which puts us into that parasympathetic rest and digest state. It's also will help us sleep, especially if you extend the exhalation just a little bit. So we're going to add that in. So when we breathe in, we want to make that ha sound. It'll sound like.
Yep.
And when we exhale, it'll sound like. Only you have to hear it. It's not how loud you can do it. It's just making sure that you get that little constriction of your throat.
Yep.
So if you guys, all who are going to participate, and if you don't want to participate, feel free to chat away. For those who are going to participate, if you can close your eyes. Here's the key. Don't try to relax. Just make yourself aware of your breath. Wherever you feel it right now. You might be breathing through the mouth. You might be breathing high in the chest. Wherever you are breathing, perfectly fine. Relax. Bring your awareness to the nose. And just breathe in through the nose. Notice where you feel it on the nose. Gentle, easy. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Now bring a very soft awareness to that heart space. Feel the heart calming down. At ease. Slow, gentle. Sustaining. Let your awareness travel down to your belly. As you breathe in, your belly expands very easily, falls back very easily. No effort involved. We're going to enter a light ha sound as we breathe in. Nothing special, just ha as we breathe in, ha as we breathe out. It's a softly playing mantra. Each time you listen to your own breath, relaxing deeper, deeper. We're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold for 7 and exhale for 8. 6 rounds. And we're going to begin breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and gentle and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in gently through the nose for 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath. ha sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the nose gently for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release the breath. Breath returning to its natural, easy pattern, gentle rhythm. Sitting in that space just for a moment longer. This is the healing space. We've released the breath. We've calmed. We've entered that quiet. This is where you enter your intent, your desire, your wish, your prayer, whatever it might be, and then let it go. State it clearly, let it go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I'll see everyone in the chat.
It's a great exercise, Yogi.
Thank you, Big Al. I've been doing breath work forever, but it was only when I became a teacher, when I got my especially my first certification, that when I realized the breathing for specific things, not just doing breath work, but there is a type of breathing you do to wake up. There's a type of breathing to do to energize, a type of breathing to do to keep you even keeled, and a type of breathing to deeply relax you and even reach higher, deeper states of consciousness.
Yep. I didn't used to like doing breath work. Until, because all mental health nurses and that kind of thing, they always say, "Oh, let's do breath work, let's do meditation," and it's not enjoyable when it's forced.
Right.
You have to want to do it. You can't just have someone tell you this is what we're doing and then do it. You have to be ready for it. You have to want to do it, really. And the more that I have started doing it with my therapist and things like that, the more I've started to enjoy it because it's not forced. It's at my own pace. She'll say to me, "Do you want to try this today? Do you want to try that? Do you want to do some breath work?" And I'll say, "Yeah, let's do some breath work." And it's more enjoyable and it's easier to relax when it's not forced.
Agree. I always tell people, here's how I was taught. Here's how I was taught and how I was taught to teach people. 3 times a day, you do your wake up breath. You do an afternoon, like stress test breath, like breathing in for 4, exhaling for 4. Something that relaxes, but it's not like unless you're super stressed or super anxious, it's not a deep, it's not a deep state breath that you
Yeah.
save for evening work.
Yeah.
So 3 times a day, and therapeutically as needed. So if you
Right.
feel you need a bit of a break, if you feel that anxiety creeping in, or you're on that, you recognize the signs for possible panic attack, then you can take the steps to start easing away from it. That's the importance. The most important thing is giving yourself a body check and a breath check throughout the day. Nothing happens by chance. Your heart rate increases, your breath changes, your thoughts shift. You start thinking thoughts that lead towards anxiety. And if we check in wherever we are, just for a moment, how am I breathing? How am I holding my shoulders? Are my fists clenched? Is my jaw tight? And you just breathe lightly. You do that ujjayi, that ocean breath,
Yeah.
wherever you are, and you can shift out of that state in as little as 10 breaths.
Yeah. No, there's just something that I enjoy about it now. Like I say, maybe it's the fact that it doesn't feel forced. I'm in here and I can participate if I want to.
Right.
The same with therapy though. Like I say, my therapist, she's amazing. She'll ask me what I want to do rather than demanding or telling me what we're going to do. She'll ask me what I want to do, which is good because it makes me feel more comfortable, and I know that I then have the choice rather
Right.
than walking in and her telling me that this is what we're doing. That kind of thing.
Right. Have
Because
you
the
ever done
therapist
the?
I had before, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
The therapist I had before, he was great when it came to talking about problems, and his solutions were amazing. He had great, I don't know what you'd call it, but his solutions, they were fantastic. If I had a problem, he would say, "This is what we're going to do to deal with it," or "You don't need to deal with it now." Talking about hypothetical and actual worries and things like that. He was brilliant at that kind of thing. But actually providing, I don't know what you'd call it, providing a service. I would walk in and he would go, "Right, we're going to start with meditation. We're going to start with breath work." And I don't want to do that. I have to feel like I want to do it. I have to feel comfortable. I can't just be told that I'm about to do it.
Right.
Whereas, like I say, my current therapist, my psychiatrist, she's amazing because, like I say, we'll have our sessions. I don't want to talk about everything in detail, obviously, but our sessions start with 10 minutes of positive talk about myself, 10 minutes of talking about whatever problem I've had throughout the week, like a solution or what we're going to do to deal with the problem, whether that be now or the following week, and then 10 minutes at the end of the session, or 20 minutes, however long's left, of whatever I want to do, whether that be breath work, meditation, or anything else, just to relax.
Do you have an organized meditation practice?
In what way, Yogi?
Well, you have a specific method, and you have a specific time that you sit and meditate on a daily part of a daily practice.
No, I don't. I don't meditate by myself.
Okay.
I just meditate in my sessions with her. I don't do any self meditation. I do self breath work sometimes if I really need it on a night time. But I don't do any actual meditation by myself. No.
Right. If you're ever interested, let me know.
Will
My
do, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a certified meditation teacher through the Chopra, as well as certified through yoga training. But I teach a mantra meditation very similar to transcendental meditation. I've taught a few people who participate in the chat from time to time, and
Yep.
very valuable. It's not for everyone though, but it is very valuable. And of course, there's other methods of meditation that I teach as well. Um, the benefits are huge. The best thing about meditation, the best thing about breath work, the best thing about yoga is when and it doesn't have to be much, but when it's a daily practice, because you're literally, the same with when you're doing the positive self talk, you're literally rewiring the brain. You're creating new neurological pathways to think
Yep.
differently than you thought before. Because how you thought before is what got you into the trouble you're experiencing now.
Yep.
How you'll get better is by thinking differently. And the
Yep. Indeed.
key, the big key, you really don't have to think that differently. You just no longer have to believe that your thoughts are absolutely true. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. However,
Yep.
your body, as long as you believe it is, your body's going to experience it as being true. So that's why we have our anxiety. That's why we have panic attacks. That's why we have a host of issues, because we're believing every single thing that we think. So, and that also goes to anyone in the chat, anyone who wants to learn meditation, guys, just reach out. Let me know. Happy to teach. Happy to teach you for free.
That's appreciated, Yogi. The chances are that I will probably approach you at some point in the future.
Okay.
For now, I have a lot going on, and I have a lot of support as well for the things that are going on. So right now, I don't want to overload myself with too much, which is another reason I was told to stop, to finish, wait until one therapy had finished, and then start the next, because people didn't want me getting overloaded with all the information that was given to me. Because I'm quite like that. I can be easily confused if I'm getting help from everywhere at the same time.
Right.
As
Yeah.
with a lot of people, really, it's not just a personal thing. A lot of people would be overloaded with information if they're getting help from 5 different people all at the same time, because you're going to get overlapping support and advice, and it's not going to be. You're going to have to, it's like who told me that, who said that, and what did I do on that day with that person. It's not going to be easy.
And we can get overwhelmed by the good intentions of other people.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially loved ones, and it puts us in a position where we know all they want to do is help, but all we need is some quiet space, and work through these issues
Yeah.
on our own if possible. Of course, having said that, there's also times when having them reach out is beneficial and helpful. It's a fine line, what we can handle and what just ends up being too much.
Yes. Yep. Rebecca, I agree. By the way, she said she prefers tea over coffee, and I agree as well. I like tea more than coffee.
I like both. I have 2 cups of tea during the day and have 1 cup of coffee very early in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's not to say I don't like tea, but I do. I mean, not to say I don't like coffee, but I do prefer tea.
Right.
I'm much more of a tea drinker than a coffee drinker. I mean, that kind of it all goes back to serving. Essentially, I used to drink a lot of coffee, and one of my corporals, he joked with me. He made people drinks one time and said, "What does everyone want?" And a lot of people said tea, and I was the only person or one of 2 people that said coffee. And he essentially just said, "I'm a traitor to the empire."
Wow.
So it was. So I said to him, "Oh, I'll have a tea then," and he made me a tea. And yeah, since then I've just been more of a tea drinker.
Rebecca says she's off with MK. Give it a go, although I regret to inform you that I tried making a tea Big Al's way, and it was actually nicer. Man, I'm surprised she admitted that. So I take back anything I said before.
You know what? Rebecca's a good sport doing that though, because it's a lot of people. I mean, I'm more like Rebecca. Like, a lot of people can let their ego get in the way. Someone can make a comment about something, and it's easy to pretend that you still believe in your own way, but to admit that the other person's way is better is just, it's sportsmanlike. It's good sportsmanship if you're taking part in a sport or whatever. But it's, yeah, I don't see the point in letting your ego get in the way. Just admit that you were wrong. And
Especially when it comes to tea or anything. Why sit there and drink a cup of tea that is less enjoyable when you could let go, as you pointed out, you can let go of your ego and enjoy a better cup of tea?
yeah,
One of the key tenets of A Course in Miracles is, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right?
yeah, I'd definitely prefer to be happy.
Because Rebecca could keep insisting. She could have taken it and tried it your way and said, yes, this is better, but I'd rather be right, and then kept drinking a worse cup of tea.
Yeah,
And when you think
that
about
was my point really. It's easy, if you have that kind of mentality, then it is easier to say, no, I'm right and this is the way I'm going to have it. But no, yeah, it's just, in my opinion, I'm the kind of person that can admit when I'm wrong. I always have been able to do that, which is a blessing. I've always been able to admit and say, "Oh, I'm wrong. You're right. Your way was better, or your way was easier, or your way was, great, and mine was not so great."
Right. Yeah, I do my best to live by that tenet of I'd rather be happy, and
Yeah.
even more important than that, I'd rather be kind. I'd rather be kind than be right. Because you know
Yes.
what, in your mind, you could always walk away and say, "Well, I was right."
It's
Um,
funny we're talking about this, Yogi, because a few days ago, and I don't normally, well, I'm afraid to admit it now, but I don't normally argue with people online. I try not to be a keyboard warrior. I try not to argue with anyone online because it's a waste of time. And what's the point? It's a stranger that at the end of the day, my opinion doesn't matter and their opinion doesn't matter because they're our opinions. So the only person that my opinion should matter to is me, and the only person that their opinion should matter to is them. But I'm going to admit that a couple of days ago, I had an argument with somebody on YouTube about something. I can't remember what it was now, but I've taken screenshots of the chat because I said to the person, "Do you mind if I screenshot this and scribble out your name and upload this on my channel? Because this is how adults should have debates." And he said, "That's absolutely fine, go for it." I'm yet to upload the video. I'm yet to scribble out the name and upload them in a short. But it's quite fitting that we're having this conversation now. And me and this person that I kind of had an argument with, we both looked at it and said, "Yeah, we've argued, but we've dealt with it like adults. We haven't resorted to insulting each other. We've both admitted that we were wrong, essentially, because his opinion was his opinion and my opinion was mine." And yeah, it's just really fitting that we're having this discussion now. And I've literally got examples on my phone of arguing with somebody, but in a polite way, and both of us admitting that we are right and wrong.
right. Nice. Gotta like the way things tie together sometimes, you know?
Yes,
Will had
everything
a question.
happens for a reason.
Yes. Everything happens for a reason. You think of the best way to say this. Because a lot of times we think that something horrible happens, and we're like, so what's the reason for this? What is the reason for um, uh, children's cancer? What is the reason? And it gets thorny when we ask these questions, because
Yeah,
if you've ever seen a child suffer, it's hard to say that something happens for a reason. However,
yeah,
everything happens for a reason to provide us a way of interpreting what has happened. That
yes,
no one says that uh, everything happens for a reason that this child was supposed to suffer. No one's saying that. It happens for a reason that we can provide meaning for it, that we can uh, give that child all the love they deserve, that we can interpret it as a opportunity to love, an opportunity to extend kindness, an opportunity to forgive. Um, so we get to provide the reason why something happens. We don't get to
yeah,
provide the why. Does that make sense?
yes, yep, yep. Willow's asked a great question, and I'd like to answer it. You
Yep.
can obviously, it's your channel, Yogi. You can answer it as well. But I would like to answer in my own way, having had the experience that Willow's describing.
Shoot.
So, Willow, you asked, how do you help someone who hates you? And the answer, I mean, Cat and Jack have given a great answer as well. But I've been in a situation in the past helping people who dislike me. What you've got to remember, that person may dislike you. That person may hate you, despise you, whatever. But at the end of the day, your kindness is your kindness, and it doesn't matter what that person thinks of you. It matters what you think of you. So if someone hates me and I don't like them because they hate me, the only person I'm hurting is myself. What I'm trying to say is, in the past, I've helped someone who I knew despised me, bullied me, absolutely hated me, but I helped them because it made me feel good. No matter how it made them feel, they don't have to forgive me. They don't even have to start liking me for helping them. But it makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I have a worth and I can like myself for it. Because if they needed help and I hadn't helped them and something had gone really bad for them, I'm just going to feel even worse. I'm going to feel really guilty that I could have helped but didn't.
Nice, Big Al. I like that answer. My perspective, similar to yours, except I would not want to feel guilty at all about what I could do and what I couldn't do. Because when we talk about being kind, we so often leave ourselves out of the equation. It's so easy sometimes for us to be kind to other people. Sometimes we have difficulty turning that same kindness, that same love towards ourselves. So the question, how do we help someone who hates us? One, no one ever actually hates us. They think they do, but remember, we aren't our thoughts. We aren't our thoughts. Beneath those thoughts, we all share one same similar mind, and that mind is absolute love, without any distinction, unconditional, all accepting. So when we can see that, we're free to do whatever we want to do. We are free to help regardless of how someone feels about us. And we are also free to decide right now might not be the best time to help. That right now, what this person is going through, the best that I can do is even just silently offer them love. But when we gain that sense of freedom, now we can maneuver. We help when our heart says now is the time to help. We're very intuitive, spontaneous. I'm going to help because that seems to be the exact thing I need to do right now. Or I'm just going to send them love because if I try to help, it might just cause more of an issue for that person who believes that they hate me. Above all else, I want that freedom to be able to maneuver it in a sense of love moment by moment by moment. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it for a long time.
Yep.
The best thing I always tell people, the practice of love is the same as loving someone. The practice of kindness is the same as being kind. The practice of forgiveness is the same as forgiving. The practice is the thing itself.
Yeah, indeed.
So I think mostly though you and I had pretty much the same answer. You know, it's not really about the other person.
No, exactly. It's like I said, if I didn't help the person, no matter their feelings for me, they can dislike me if they want to. You know, not everyone has to like everybody on this planet. That's absolutely fine. But I feel like if I don't help and something goes horribly wrong, you know, I would blame myself. That's just me personally. I would blame myself if I don't help, and then something down the line happens to them really bad. I'd feel worse for not helping when I had the chance.
Right. Rebecca says, yes, Yogi and Big Al, great advice and very well said. I completely agree. Nice, guys. This was a great conversation. All the way across the board.
You know what? It's been a lovely conversation here. It's been really, really great.
I agree. And Big Al, thank you for making it so. Thank you for your presence being here.
I can't take any credit, Yogi. It's all you. I just sound like I'm making sense.
Well, you know, I'm gonna disagree a little bit because for me, you sound like you're making sense. For me, it's all about appearances. When I don't know what I'm talking about, I just stroke my beard, I nod my head. I might look up in the sky. And then by that time, everyone's like, oh, well, he must be very wise. And I can say whatever. And people are like, oh, yeah. But with you, no one sees you. So we just hear you. So now we know how insightful and wise you actually are. For me, it's all an illusion. For you, it's authentic.
Well, I appreciate the kindness. I really do, Yogi. You know what? It's always, again, I'm probably repeating myself and I apologize, but it's always great when you have me up here, Yogi. I genuinely feel like I'm part of something. And I truly feel like I have a friend in you. The whole chat as well. It's not just you. It's not one particular person or two particular people. It's the whole chat. Everyone here, you're all legends. You're all really helpful. You're all supportive. I appreciate every single one of you.
Agreed. Agreed. It's such a completely lucked out in this community, guys. The right people showed up and continue showing up. Um, New people, seems like, every week. The amazing thing to me is how long have you been hanging out with this Big Al?
Um,
If you would make a guesstimate, sort of.
Maybe, well, at least since February, I think.
Right. And then probably for maybe a month or so more, like on a regular participating basis, coming up and having fun and deep conversations.
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, it feels like you've always been part of this community from day one.
This is what I said the other day to you, Yogi. It feels like I've known you for years. And this is the difference as well. On YouTube, I refer to everyone as a channel. I'm going to watch such and such's channel. I'm going to watch this channel or that channel. But when I'm here, it isn't a channel, it's a community. It's a genuine, it's a family. That's what it is. This isn't a channel, this is a community. This is Yogi's community. Not Yogi's channel, it's Yogi's community. And I love it. I absolutely do. I'm so glad I found yourself. I'm so glad that everyone in the chat has accepted me. Because there could be people that, maybe they don't like me. There could be anything about me as a person, whatever. But I feel accepted by yourself and by everybody in the chat. It's amazing. It really is.
Thank you so much for saying that. Man, you would not believe how happy that makes me to hear, because it's exactly what I want all of us to be able to create. And it's so easy to go from here to hanging out with Cat and Jack, to hanging out with Mama Chris, Nature's Dog Realms, or Toy Pups, because of that, the thing that you just said, because of that community spirit. It's not just here. We find it in everyone's channel that we get to be one. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome, Yogi. It's not you that should be saying thank you. It's me. I'm so glad that I found you as a person and as a creator, and the community. Like I say, it's me that should be saying thank you to you. So thank you, Yogi.
You're welcome. It was a little hard for me to say, and I don't know why. Sometimes here's my problem: is I have a difficult time accepting things that are offered to me sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I struggle with praise. The thing I struggle with is praise, which is why when you say thank you, I either turn it around or I give out a little giggle because I'm no good at accepting praise. It's one of those things about me that I don't feel good enough a lot of the time. So no, it's nice that you thank me, Yogi. I don't see why you should. This is your place, and it's us that should be saying thank you to you for especially me. You keep me going, and you give me, like I say, you give me meaning when you have me up here. I know I talk a lot, and I apologise for that, but I really do feel like I'm part of something.
You're always welcome up here. Always. And even if it's just to share part of your day, like I want to pop up and just share something that happened, good or bad or funny, whatever it is. And not just you. If people have something they like to share, come on up. That's
Yeah.
how a community grows strong.
I need to start going live on my own channel a bit more. I always say I'm going to do it at the weekend, and I end up forgetting because I'm really busy or whatever. And I need to go live, and you guys need to jump in and collab with me. And yeah, you guys are amazing, all of you, but especially you, Yogi. And you're sharing your community with everybody here. It's amazing. It really is. You're a great person, Yogi.
Well, thank you so much. With that note, I think I'm going to go to bed on a happy note, taking that with me into sleep. I'm going to add one thing because of what you said. If you can go to bed with a happy note, something that just makes you feel good, you're planting a seed for the next day.
Yeah.
So with that, you definitely gave me something to feel happy about, and I want to take that with me to sleep. So thank you.
That's really nice to hear, Yogi. That is really nice. Thank you.
So I'm going to wrap things up, guys.
Yep, I will jump off your stream so you can finish off. Merry Christmas, everybody. Good night, Yogi.
And good night. Well, says night, Yogi. Eric Point says another great live. Thank you, Eric Point. Skid says, yeah, please go live, Al. Yeah, that would be awesome. MK says 100% of what you mean, Al, but I always enjoy when you're on. Will says, laughing, MK, maybe when they sometimes Yogi over words. I will try not to Yogi over words so much and so often, if it makes sense. Not saying Yogi amazing. I do love it when you answer my questions. There is a way of communication that resonates with each of us. And sometimes different issues can resonate when it's said differently through different people. I very much appreciate MK being able to present something helpful in a language that resonated with you. Well, the fact is, the only important thing isn't what I say and isn't my particular message. It's you feeling better. And that's the collective you. It's Willow feeling better. It's Skits feeling better. It's Big Al feeling better. So if anyone here in the community offers something that makes any one particular person feel better, that's a win for all of us. Definitely celebrate that. MK, thank you. Let's see. Kanoko. I love saying Kanoko. Sorry, my live now. Got you. Hey, speaking of lives, our friend Tita Breath dropped the link. It's way up above. Or you can visit Tita Breath's channel. She asked if any of us could watch. If you're not subscribed to Cheyenne Sings, if you could consider it, she's 9 away from hitting 1K. With that, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Skit says, Big Gus says, you're an amazing person, Yogi. You're a great friend. Love you, Yogi. Being a great friend is exactly what I want to be. Thank you, Big Al. Skit says, thank you for the stream, Yogi, brother. Have a wonderful sleep, my friend. You chat. Good night, everyone, and much love to you all. Spread love, and remember, be happy Easter. Thank you, Skits. Yes, happy Easter, guys. MK says that's why I thought maybe me rephrasing it. trying to capture the essence of it would help Willow. And you did. Thank you so much. We're going to call MK the Yogi Whisperer. Rebecca says everyone here is great. Let's go. Absolutely. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca says, Big Al, I apologize. Merry Christmas. Well, says sometimes I can't click. That's why, thanks so much, MK. Just like easier to much, just can't remember. It helps to, you know, we keep saying the same thing in different ways and it sinks in for all of us. With that, happy Easter, says MK. Happy Easter to you. Guys, I'll be around tomorrow. Same time, every day. Maybe we'll talk about an Easter message tomorrow. One of my favorite holidays because of the promise of the resurrection. We don't have to take it literally. We don't have to take it, we don't even have to take it metaphorically. We can take it symbolically and actually, that in every moment we can offer someone an opportunity to be resurrected, meaning that we see them in a different way. No one ever has to be the same unless we want to continue thinking about them the same way. But we don't have to, especially if it would bring us peace of mind to even consider someone from a different perspective. We can choose the crucifixion, and we only in the end crucify ourselves, or we can choose the resurrection, in which case we also resurrect ourselves as well. One of my favorite things to talk about. So we'll see. Thank you, Willa. Phoenix, thank you, my friend. Phoenix says, love you. Love you too. Bye, guys.